We're going to talk about the eyelets, rib with eyelets, which is based on the chart which is already submitted in Canvas. This one is a handmade chart that I used before. It's total 19 stitches, and the chart is showing you where to start. So you're going to be starting on the right with one transfer, and then according to the stitches that are indicated, you're going to do one knit, 3 purl, 1 knit, 3 purl, 1 knit, 3 purl, 1 knit, 3 purl, 1 knit, and purl the last one. So I would like that step to be made 4 times. If you count your rows, it's exactly 4 times. And then finally on the 5th row, you should be able to make your eyelets. Because it's a rib, both sides are looking different. So on this side here, where we're actually just about to start our eyelets, you see 1 knit, 3 purl, 1 knit, 3 purl, and so forth. On the other side, it's the opposite. So while you're making these 4 rows, you should repeat what's in front of you, right? You're going to be doing knit where it's knit and purl where it's purl, and then the other side is going to be the opposite. So we are now at the step 5, and we're gonna look at the stitch sequence right to left. So first one is transfer 1. The following one is a knit stitch, big fat dot, knit, and then you are seeing the diagonal line which goes over the 2 stitches here. So that line signifies 2 together. Because we are in the purl area, I'm going to purl 2 together now. So both stitches are going to be purled as 1 stitch, and perfect. So we are now 1 stitch short because we did 2 together. So my next step, the circle, which is a yarn over. So yarn over is simply yarn over the needle, and the last stitch is purl. So this is the whole area here in between 2 knits, 2 together, yarn over, purl. The following one is knit. You can see that the knit stitches are consistent going up, so no changes here. Next grouping, exactly the same. 2 together, yarn over, purl. You should be already seeing the large openings here in the area where you did the yarn over, knit as per chart, 2 together, yarn over, purl, knit, no changes here, 2 together in the purl area, yarn over, purl, knit, and purl the last one. So great, we already did the first step towards the eyelets, and you can see that here you're going to have the large openings because there is no stitch here, just the yarn over. Now switch hands. We're on the other side, so the stitch rotation does not change just because we are doing eyelets. Transfer the first one. The next one is going to be purl because I'm looking at purl right now. The next grouping, they're all knit stitches. Even though we made a yarn over here, these 3 stitches should end up being knit. So I'm going to knit. And then I'm at yarn over position. So instead of making a knit stitch like we always make it on the other side of the needle, if we make it that way, the legs of the stitch are going to cross and the stitch will close. So this is the only time where I would want you to pick up the yarn over from the top of the needle. You should be seeing a huge big hole here, and you bring the yarn right in. Next one, regular knit stitch. You should be seeing the eyelet right away. That should not be closing. So the following one is purl, like it was supposed to be to begin with. So the line of knits and purls is consistent, right? So that doesn't change throughout your fabric. Then again, we are in the knit area. I'm going to knit one. I'm going to pick up my yarn over right on the top. It should not be crossing itself. Nice big hole here. Yarn right in the following one, regular knit stitch, purl, regular knit stitch, yarn over again, right? So we want to be sure that it's nice and open. Regular knit, purl, knit, yarn over, nice and open, regular knit, purl. And so your last stitch will be purl right next to purl. So last stitch is always purl. And let's see how we are looking. Yeah, we are looking quite wonderful. All right, so you should be seeing nice big openings here where you created your eyelets. So this is eyelets with ribs. In the way they're placed, they should end up in the middle of this section here. I always prefer to do eyelets when I'm looking at my rib fabric where the middle 3 stitches are purls. It's a little bit more understandable, and also that's how I'm showing it to you on the chart. However, the chart, as always, is the way the fabric will end up looking. So this is still a rib, right? So you're going to be doing what you are looking at, not necessarily exactly repeating the stitches where they're indicated on the chart. So you should be seeing 1 by 3 rib on both sides. On one side, it's 1 knit 3 purl, 1 knit 3 purl, and then the other side is the opposite of that. It's 3 knit 1 purl. So that's how any rib would work that way. The other side is the opposite of the other side.